now that we've created an alignment or a centerline file from a polyline, we're going to create a profile file which basically contains the elevation element so that the field crew can stake the angle points in this water line and then associate a grade with them. You can do, the engineer has a profile for this water line, so you could try to do the actual pipe. Usually I do the finished grade and let the contractor go down the minimum depth. So what we're going to do is go to Surface, and you're going to go down to Input, Edit, Profile File. You're going to point it in the right directory, and here I only have one right now. And we're going to see there's a new tab and an existing. Right now we're in the existing. We want to go to new. Just type in the name. So it's going to be, for us it's going to be Fire Water 01. And then we'll hit open. And this is our box. Here it's just a simple function of typing in the stationing that corresponds to the alignment we created. We skipped a step where we actually label the alignment, and the only reason we did that is because the engineer has labeled this already. You know, we've got one here, there's a station right there at the angle point, and he's got a vertical bend station and an angle point station and so on. So you just type in those stations and then you type in the grades at those stations. So we can do a couple right now. So for the beginning station, if it'll focus, it's 1 plus 0, 0, and the elevation is like 216.23. I'm just getting that from the survey. Most of the time the grades are going to be out to 100th. For description, I'd put down, you know, center line, water line, TC, and then begin. Then we can go to the next station. So the next station here for this water line is 169. It's also about a 216 feet, 216.5. It's going to be center line, water line, and it's going to be at 45 left. And there's a picture of it right there. You can see where I'm grabbing. You know, I'm giving it the TC grade. You know, the bend's really at 216. So maybe we'll go back here and just say 216. If you wanted to get crazy, you could maybe put an intermediate grade here. But traffic is an issue, and the contractor is responsible for the depth. And since there's a road, it's not real hard to guess how far deep you need to go. But on a open construction site where it's just an empty field and maybe they've got finished grade plus or minus, that's when your grades to the finished grade are critical. Anyway, so then we've got a bend there. Now then we're going to go down to here and get that station. Now that one, it looks like it is 185.89, and so we'll type that in here, 185.89, and then the elevation is going to be probably 2. Looks like it's going to be about 211. And if you don't know from looking at the topo, we can always look on the profile file. You know, we've got you know, the profile here, and you know, 211 is a pretty good estimate of what that is. So what I've done here is I've inputted all the stations. There's a graph of the water line at the finished grade. That's not the water line in the ground. This is just typical here. And then we'll save it, and now we have a profile and an alignment. And we'll show you how to label this next, and also create a report.